The shocking images of Elan lying on a beach has brought home the cost of this human tragedy. Earlier this year, I visited refugee camps in Iraq, Jordan and Lebanon and witnessed the unimaginable suffering of refugees firsthand. There, I met a Palestinian family who have struggled for 3 generations in a refugee camp. They had a birth of a child in a refugee camp in Iraq, Arbil. That child's mother who was there was born in another camp, another part of Iraq, who had been displaced because of the fighting with ISIS. And in the same camp, there was her mother, the 3rd generation, who was suffering from a cancer. And that 3rd generation mother also had born in a refugee camp in Nablus in Palestine. I found that painful, that we had these fellow human beings, 3 generations who had been born in a refugee camps, and yet we had not been able to solve the problem. The refugees are leaving their homes because they are no longer safe. They are risking life and limb in order to find safe land. And majority of the refugees are in fact children. Almost 50% of them are children. And we then see how the human traffickers are exploiting them, how through their misery they are trying to make billions. And that's why we have to hit hard at them. We cannot allow them to carry on exploiting. But at the same time, we cannot allow them to be exploited like this. So we have to create a system which allows for creating a safe legal channel for refugees. I also feel it is wrong that the top 5 countries welcoming refugees are developing countries. They are Turkey, Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq. Now these countries are taking millions of refugees, but when we compare them to ourselves, the proportion that we are taking to our population in the EU is actually 0.11%. And some of these countries, and for example Lebanon, their ratio is 25%. It shows how unfair this distribution is, how those who are the most capable are actually doing the least in help taking the refugees, and those who are less capable are sharing the maximum burden that there is there. I also feel strongly the way our government has handled this. It is wrong that the David Cameron and his Tory government offers to take 12 refugees per day, whilst Germany takes 1,000 per day. And we've got to bear in mind that actually we are also responsible for some of the conflicts that we're seeing in the Middle East. We can only deal with the scale of this crisis by working globally in solidarity. We all have to do our share. This unfolding of human catastrophe tests our very humanity, and we must rise up to that challenge.